Dear friends, we got mind blowing breaking news, new footage. Straight from Brazil, we have allegedly a crash and retrieval or a retrieval of a sphere. Now, we've all seen the egg shaped craft that have crashed in Antarctica. You've also seen the one that Jake Barber, the whistleblower, came out where he shot from the helicopter with about 150 feet of rope hanging, which had an egg shaped craft that was allegedly dropped, is what it looked like. Not allegedly, but it did drop in that. And now you have this image. You have a sphere. And look at this. You have, thankfully, new AI software or software that tells you whether it's AI or not. Sometimes the reason it's 2% AI is look at the logo on the bottom right. Or because that is another one that I saw, the egg shaped one. The reason it said that was 2% AI again was because of the logo from where it appeared. Essentially saying that what you're looking at is 100% real or based on the entire image, 98% real because of the 2% fake AI being that image. Now, if you all remember back March 2024, I released a video which basically said that, let me make the image larger for you, which basically said that uh, the egg shaped, the sphere shaped, the tic tac slash pill shaped were the ones that crashed the most. And also, they were the ones that did not have a crew. They were known as the alien drones. What was weird about it is if you remember, he also mentioned that they sometimes seem to disintegrate fairly quickly. But that's beside the point. A big revelation, he said, folks, was that a lot of these seem to be gifted to us, meaning that they land or not crash, but are completely intact, found around the world as if somebody or someone somewhere out there, aliens, for instance, extra dimensionals, want us to have this technology to reverse engineer it to sort of push our civilization along into a new set of physics. In fact, an egg shaped craft landed in the early 60s here in California, and the CIA couldn't get in it. And they actually mentioned that they ended up building an entire Air Force base around it. That Air Force base could be Beale, but if I'm wrong about the name of the base, it's somewhere in California. Now, again, this is from Brazil. I don't know the size of the dimensions, but I'm sure you could also probably figure it out. I'm sure this is, I don't know, maybe 10, 12 feet in diameter. Again, I could be completely wrong, but let's ask ourselves, why is everything coming out right now? Actually, it looks a little smaller than that. Maybe it's not 10, 12 feet. Maybe it's definitely larger than a basketball, but whatever size it is, we don't have anything that can travel in the sky that is this. Now, I wish there was video of this flying in the sky, but what you're about to see in a little bit is a montage of other spheres that have been seen flying all over the place. Remember the Manchester, England one that seemed to have came from the sky and landed and didn't even land, actually was floating a couple inches off the ground. That was recorded or taken a picture by an airline pilot. It was literally on the runway. Now we have Jacob Barber that I said came out with the egg shape. We also have the other video that came out from Antarctica, also the recovery, but also still photos showing that egg shaped craft inside the cave. And on it were these strange hieroglyphics or symbols that apparently were like alien writing. Remember, the Kecksburg landing also had these symbols wrapped around the rim of the acorn shape. So did the Socorro, New Mexico 1962 landing of another egg shaped craft that Officer Lonnie Zamora, had seen and actually sketched the symbol. And of course, the Rendlesham craft had their own symbols. Just like Michael Schratz's, I would think there is a team of linguists trying to figure out what these symbols are, what they mean. So, is this gifted to us? Now, let's talk about disclosure for a second. I heard the best time for disclosure is in between administrations, especially when one seems to be representing the deep state and another seems to be for the people, sort of out of the club, anti establishment. That is allegedly why Greer made all these predictions of whistleblowers coming out January 16th through the 19th. Why the 19th being the final day? Because it was the day before the inauguration. Well, when the first whistleblower came out, Jacob Barber, I was saying, you know what? That's not quite what he promised. And to this day, there are things he said that quite didn't happen. But we've been bombarded by multiple whistleblowers, if you've watched News Nation, and they actually seem to be not corroborating each other in everything, but sharing similar stories of things they worked on together or also working in the same areas. For instance, there was a new woman who just came out a few hours ago on News Nation. She worked in the same intelligence agency. I believe it was the U.S. Geospatial Institute, same thing as David Grush worked into. So we have everybody coming out. Maybe this is how disclosure is finally happening. Remember, dear friends, everybody who's waiting for disclosure to come out from Congress or the president, it's never going to happen. Why? Because these craft are owned by these co-op sites that are run by these private military contractors. Raytheon, Boeing, Lockheed Martin, Northrop Grumman. You cannot enjoin them, meaning you cannot have a court, get have you cannot get a court to issue an injunction to open up their hangar doors and show us what they have. Also, they are protected by the 14th Amendment. All corporations are protected as the 14th Amendment because the United States recognizes corporations to have the same rights as people. And the 14th Amendment says, Fourth Amendment, sorry, Fourth Amendment, all persons and places, all persons should be free of uh, unreasonable searches and seizures. Therefore, if there's a probability or probable, what was the case? Not the case. If there is probable cause, sorry, that's the legal term. My mind is a little foggy from law school. Probable cause to get a warrant, then of course they can go in. But first, they would have to prove that there is a crime going on to a judge. So, in essence, we're never going to get this from the government. What we are going to get is people involved in these programs releasing these images or releasing videos of things they were involved in and telling their story. Now, I hate to say it, at this point, I'm so sick of just stories, but I do like them. This is why I pay attention to all the comments and I love hearing your stories. But when I see someone on TV only telling a story, please show us more. Please steal something on your way out, everybody. If you're listening and you work in these programs, steal a piece of hardware. Just give us something more tangible. At least we're being given video and we're at least be giving some still photos as well. And thankfully, I've been very, very worried about this AI. You saw how I posted that video not very long ago. How I was basically violated. I felt like my belief was violated by believing a fake video was real. Well, now we have this new software, multiple softwares, which can tell us what is fake and what is not. As you saw, the image that you just saw from Brazil has a 98% chance that it is a real image. Why is the 2% chance that it's not real? Probably because that image or had a logo of where it appeared from. That is why the Antarctica footage was also listed as 98% real because of the 2% being that logo on the corner of that video. So, this is how I think disclosure will happen by you, the people. Everybody's been contacted or abducted. Your stories matter. Remember, in court, your eyewitness testimony alone can convict people and sentence them to death. Before there were cameras, that is how everybody was tried in court: physical evidence and eyewitness testimony. So let's not discard eyewitness testimony. But at this point, I want to see more from these whistleblowers. And thankfully, we seem to be getting a little more. This is breaking news. This literally broke a couple hours ago, if not less. And I wanted to be the first to share it with you. So I hope you all enjoy it. I cannot wait to see what your comments say about this. And with that being said, folks, let's see what the future seems to bring us. We need more from the people that are working in these programs to step forward and give us more to get to disclosure. So, with that being said, I will read your comments And let's hope by the time another video comes out or the next one I do, we will have even more whistleblowers and new information. By the way, depending on when you're watching this, I will be appearing in a third phase of moon video, another breaking news of another crash and retrieval, or a retrieval, should I say. I'm not going to say anything more. So stay tuned to it unless I decide to bring it here. So either go check it if it's not here, or I will get it to you by bringing it here. With that being said, friends, I will catch you on the other side, on the dark side of the moon, or next time. Keep your eyes in the sky, and always, if you capture something amazing, be sure to capture a reference point. Thanks again.